Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to the very first episode of a new Stellaris series, The Devouring Swarm. Alright, let's get going. So I have a species here. We look like pretty little butterflies. We're called the Ma. We are ravenous hive with Devouring Swarm trait, which means no diplomacy, no galactic market. We can declare war on everyone, and we eat everything we come in contact with. That's pretty much all you really need to know. I guess the important things are my traits, rapid breeder, communal, and fleeting. And then my ethics, one mind, devouring swarm. As for the game, we'll set it up so that we have 12 advanced empires, 2 marauder empires, 2 fallen empires, a very short victory year, and a normal amount of crisis strength on a small galaxy. That sounds about right. All right, let's sort out our researchers, 2 maniacal and a materials expertise. The materials expertise might need to be replaced because I don't even have science for that. Oh, no, I can't really afford that. All right, let's pick what we want. More research, more unity, and more minerals. That was quick. We will be surveying towards the choke points, but choke points don't mean anything when you declare war on everyone. So I'm not going to really worry about not getting my choke points quickly, as combat with everyone for no reason whatsoever is exactly our MO. Alright. So here is the Swarming Ma, the name of our empire here, and I will speed time up. One thing I do like to do is map the stars initially to try to get as many anomalies as possible. That's just something I always do. And we are in the northern part of the galaxy. Not likely, or almost damn near impossible to have anyone behind us, so we need to push forward to these choke points down here as fast as we can. So not only are we a hungering swarm, a devouring swarm, in fact, I do plan on sort of spreading as fast as I can.
Our construction is complete.
With that, as soon as I can afford to hire any ruler, I fully intend to do so, and getting a second scientist out there doing some surveying. We just don't have the energy yet. Now, because we have no galactic market, that does mean that we'll be able to trade basic market fees, but the galactic market includes consumer goods and amenities and that kind of thing, and we won't be able to trade that.
Our construction is complete.
All right, we have enough for another scientist. We'll get the survey scientist, build a science ship, and ooh, the first league is our precursors. That's kind of cool. First league comes with its own strengths for sure. All right, here is the scientist. And what I'm going to do is survey with this one all the points that I'm likely to avoid with the other one, just to fill in the gaps.
Our construction is complete.
Now we have a tropical world preference here, and here is yet another tropical world. I only really have one guaranteed habitable planet, so that is the habitable planet that we'll be able to land on. Now, the first tradition I always unlock is discovery, because that allows you to survey faster and to find more, to find additional anomalies and stuff like that. On our homeworld, we are running out of jobs for our quick spawning little hungering Ma, so we're going to have to make some new employment opportunities with all of our butterflies. Our leader is called Mima. I think that's fitting. Maybe, if you get the joke. The anomaly is signs of... Oh, and more signs of precursor activity. These are going to have to be left until our scientist is a little bit more veteran.
We have surveyed the system. We have surveyed the system.
Okay, so we have this system surveyed here. I'm going to want to colonize this as soon as possible. We are currently lacking food to do so. And given that we have available jobs, I'm going to make another agricultural district so that we can start to populate Uner as soon as we can. This is what a hungering swarm does. Devour and spread. Now, one of the problems being a devouring swarm is there is no diplomacy and everyone will hate you. You won't get any influence from rivalries because there's no such thing as rivalries. So influence can be somewhat of a choke point. So if you're trying to spread and claim and things like that, fortunately claiming is not that much of a problem when you're a devouring swarm. You have cause for a war, which includes just fighting everyone for no reason. Now, fortunately for me, we're finding a lot of the precursor activity. We're going to have to leave that for later. What I'm going to do, now that we have Uner here, and we have enough for a colony ship, I'm going to start to capture territory towards the natural choke points. And the first tradition we'll unlock is Sensing Tendrils, which allows us to survey faster. Getting your surroundings surveyed as soon as possible is very, very important. So given that, what is my current science? My current science is industry. I was thinking of hiring a new leader. This new leader is going to replace this guy with the industry leader, because the industry leader will have an increased speed and get yet another science ship out. I want to know where my enemies are so I know how strong they are and how soon I can consume them. And then I'm actually going to prioritize the science ship over the colony ship because the science ship is faster. This area is actually really mineral rich. I might actually double back and colonize that as well. All right, so here is this science ship, and we'll get this one rolling out.
Our construction is complete.
Now we have plenty of housing and a good amount of jobs. I don't need to really worry about constructing anything on the home. My Ma star and the planet is called Swarming Ma.
We have found an anomaly.
Whoa, hellishly difficult. We are finding all of the requisite anomalies for precursor, which is great. All right, so our colonist ship is up. Unfortunately, Uner here is a teeny crummy little world with a lot of blockers, but I don't really see that we have alternatives. It's the only one being offered, the only one available, so I'll take it.
We have found an anomaly.
Yeah, I'll research that one. That one is not a precursor one, so it is a little bit faster. Marginally faster, but not by much.
We have claimed a new nest.
Alright, so first planet, it's going to take a few months. It's going to take a year, actually, to... Ooh, here's a tropical world. See, this is why I like to sometimes survey off of chokes. Because if I was just going for choke points, I'd be going here, not here. But this is a big old tropical world, even bigger than our capital world, which will absolutely colonize as soon as we can. And as I said, I'm not that concerned with getting hung up on choke points because we can declare war on everyone for no reason whatsoever, which allows us to spread fast. Now, I've been holding Control and Shift in order to queue up an order before the order queue. So Control and Shift will allow me to mount the Graveyard Expedition before surveying, but keeping all those surveying orders live. And I can do that here too when investigating. So here's our first tech that we received. We are a spreading swarm. I'm going to research pop growth. One of our strengths is that we multiply quickly, so we might as well multiply even quicker than that. Now, any of the simple anomalies to research, I am going to get them underway immediately, and then the complex ones will come back when our scientists are a little bit more skilled. Alright, industry leaders done. I can pick a new industry or material science, because this scientist here is material science. So as soon as he's done investigating, I'll have him swap back to the science position. Okay, and oh wait, you were Voidcraft. Hang on, wrong scientist. It's this one. Alright. And we will switch the scientists around a little bit. Some caretaker wants to be added to our leadership pool. Sure. I'm not xenophobic, I'm just a hungering swarm.
We have found an anomaly.
Okay, now if I've done this right, yep, materials, scientist, researching materials, perfect. And all my scientists back to their jobs. And I'll be claiming all of the systems between me and Fedima so that I can capture Fedima ASAP.
We have surveyed the system. Technology conceived.
So our physics just got done. Let's go with increased survey speed. And either I can become carefree or stubborn. I'll pick carefree. Thank you very much. Wow, this scientist has 2 different traits that allow them to research anomalies quicker. So they'll be the scientist to research all of the precursor stuff as long as they live. The problem is I am fleeting, meaning that I die young as a trait. Hopefully I'll be able to genetically engineer that out of my species sooner or later, but until I do, I have to be careful not to queue up a scientist for a very, very long research period because they might die while doing it. I'll have them take a second to go ahead and research that other anomaly. And this is why I really love Map the Stars. You end up finding a lot of anomalies. Now that I have over 500 food stored, I'm also going to start the drone campaign. So that will also increase our pop growth. Our pop growth, if you're curious, we go to population. And here's the pop growth of 5 points per month. 100 points is 1 new pop. Haven't seen any signs of enemies yet. I don't know whether to be relieved or upset. I'll go with upset. I like fighting. But the first episode is almost always just sort of an exploration and expansion episode. The fun stuff comes later. So we got a swirling shadows there and more unity. This allows my leaders to level up a little bit higher and level up faster, which will be great for researching the precursors. And I already have 4 of the precursor anomalies found out of 6. What planet is this? This is a barren world of I'm not sure what size. So, yeah, let's take a gamble.
Our situation log is updated.
Yes, and now that planet is... Let's send our scientists back there and see if we can't make that even more habitable. That would be great. All right, Ramsir, you are done, so go survey Med Crash.
We have surveyed the system. Our special project is complete.
Oh, and we were able to terraform it. It is a size 25 arid world, so size 25 is awesome. Arid, less awesome, but still, the size is incredible, and as soon as we get terraforming tech, the fact that it's arid won't be a problem. We'll just need to pay an arm and a leg to terraform it.
Our construction is complete.
Now, let's see if there's any better leaders. Okay, so the caretaker is going to be a better leader than our starting leader. I'm going to fire our starting leader and put the caretaker in charge. The caretaker is a really powerful leader, and I should have done that as soon as I got him. I just didn't because, well, I'll take the blame. Another precursor anomaly, but at this point, this scientist should be skilled enough to start researching those anomalies, so I'm going to have them do that. On our home tile, we are needing some jobs. I'm going to leave that for now. So I'm going to put a power district in because our energy is trailing behind all the other resources.
A new nest is born.
All right, Unar is constructed, or rather fully set up as a planet. That's great. Has the caretaker as governor, which will help.
We have found an anomaly.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of the precursor activity done. I'm going to work on getting that all set up ASAP. My new tech, I'm going to go with biodiversity studies, so we can get bio research a little bit faster. Now that we have this surveyed, let's go ahead and keep exploring. Actually, I'm going to have this scientist replace this one. My really good at anomalies scientist is going to start researching all the anomalies that are left to be done. And I'm going to make a maintenance depot here. Before I start tapping all those resources, I'm going to work on colonizing Fadima. One of the 2 planets, at least. The other one waiting for terraforming tech. Map the Stars is done. I'm going to get it again. It has paid off. Finding all of the precursor anomalies this early in the game is actually pretty unusual. And it's probably not due to the fact that I have Map the Stars, because I almost always use Map the Stars, but it's pretty cool that that I got all that offered this early. so I might as well take advantage and get all that going.
Our construction is complete.
Okay, there's the starbase I was working on. We have a new tradition, which will allow us to get a little bit more research going. And then material scientists got done. Let's go and research more engineering, meaning we are switching out our scientist once again. Ideally, we will have one scientist fit the job, but still no one to hire. So I'll just keep swapping them between the two.
Our construction is complete.
Here's the colony ship for Fedima. Head over to Fedima Prime. And I might actually move my capital here, just because there's two giant worlds here. That's food for thought. I'm not certain I'm going to do that, but it would be a pretty good idea. So there is the first league. Research done.
Our situation log is updated.
The Infinity Machine is over here, which is a non-hostile Leviathan. Usually you get hostile Leviathans, so I guess that's kind of nice. Now soon I should have automatic exploration. Yeah, 10 more months. Oh, and here is possibly my first interaction with a foreign power. Maybe. I'm not certain yet, but we'll see. Checking on population and housing. All my planets are all fine. I guess it wouldn't hurt to put an admiral in position. So let's go and do that. And design our first ship. So don't auto-generate. I don't like picket ships. I will do a mix of mass drivers and lasers. I don't really have any tech other than the shield tech. So we'll lean pretty heavily on this shield tech. And that is my design. I know I clicked through that really fast, but this is one of those Devouring Swarm. I'll be going fast.
Our swarm is strengthened.
Alright, so my fleet is a little bit stronger, and I'm just actually going to start adding to it. I also have a situation log of unknown... Oh, this is a enclave, so they're not going to be hostile to me. That's Zolomon. But beta aliens, I don't know. But until I have better biology research going, I'm not going to really worry about that. Okay, my energy is clearly hurting. I'm going to sell some bulk minerals to keep my economy afloat for now.
Technology conceived.
So we have the automatic Oh, let's get research speed. That sounds good. Seeing, nope. Still the same offerings of scientists. So we won't do that. These guys just said hello. They're obviously going to kick us out of their territory immediately. So this scientist here, yep, just got kicked out. And then, of course, I don't even really need to do anything. We're hostile with them by default. What I do want to do is to get Garantula in my territory so that I get the Infinity Machine research and they don't. I don't want to be locked out of that, ideally.
Our construction is complete.
And the Riggins. So they are the Traitor Enclave. They really don't threaten me at all, but I can't ever trade with them because I'm a devouring swarm.
We have claimed a new nest.
Alright, so Fadima is colonized, or at least one of the planets are. The one that doesn't require terraforming. Our best anomaly scientist getting all the anomalies. And we are plowing ahead on research. I think farming would be good. And I'm going to start the learning campaign so our leaders level up faster. So the initial... Oh, and we just finished Discovery, which allows us to get either one vision, which is pretty good, or technological ascendancy, which I think I'm going to do. We start off with some, because of the civics, some extra unity, so now I'm getting some extra science. Alright, the scientist at Fadima has no orders. Start to research this way. Or actually, ideally this way. Just to see if there's anything...
Our situation log is updated.
Okay, lead cruiser, let's research that, because that's a precursor. And then we'll head and grab Garantula and then double back for the resources there. I'd like this choke point so that any of these worlds can be mine. Without having to compete with the Zeppa Dragon. Of course, I can always just kill them. That is always an option. Alright, survey distal. Keep rolling corvettes out. Compared, we are equivalent to one another, so if we went to war, there'd be no winners. There's really no point in going to war until your fleet can take out a starport, because you're just not going to be able to conquer much without the ability to take out a starport. Okay, so our big scientist is reaching for the orb now. Coil guns would be decent. I don't have a scientist that specializes in that tech. But given that I am likely to go... Oh, here's a scientist that specializes in that tech. Yeah, I can afford it. So I'll go do that. That does mean that I have an idle scientist. What I'm going to do is have a science ship assisting research at Swarming Ma.
Our construction is complete.
So here we go. My idle scientist will assist research. And what that does is, you'll see the bonus here, increases research speed a bit. A little bit of a toad asteroid there. Nice. Don't know who towed it. Once we're done reaching the orb, let's get some of these other anomalies in the backlog done. I'm actually tempted to do the hellishly difficult one first, because none of my other scientists are all that qualified to do it. Now, it's quite possible none of these worlds will be worth me snatching up from my future enemy, but it doesn't mean I won't check. It's always worth checking.
Our special project is complete. Our situation log is updated.
Okay, hacking. The next stage requires even better scientist, which at present I do not have. They need to level up a little bit more. So that will have to wait. Oh, we found Earth. Sol. This right here is Earth. I'm curious if there's a pre-FTL species on it or not. Earth... Oh. Yeah, that's Venus, actually. Earth is always a little strange, because sometimes it will be
Technology conceived.
part of someone's empire, and then sometimes not. And when it's not, it can be pretty interesting. It could be full of cockroaches, or something like that. Oh, interesting. So we found a shattered world that's between Jupiter and Mars. So it's something in the asteroid belt. So I'm curious when I search. Oh, so ancient alien proto-civilization encountered. So it's a pre-FTL Earth. They are primitives. They are really, really primitives. Okay, cool. And their populations are something. But I'm a devouring swarm. I don't really care. It's not like I'm ever going to befriend them. Oh, they're early space age. There we go. Maybe I should let them tech up and then I'll conquer them. No, I won't let them tech up. That'd be too friendly of me. So this colony out here is expanding. Let's see if any of the... what kind of specialty district we might have. Looking at this... I guess energy? I'll have this be sort of an energy world. The reason I'm not that worried about food is I'm a devouring swarm, so I can sort of make food later on out of enemies.
Conceived.
Let's get improved deflectors. I am likely going to war soon. As soon as these guys think they have the upper hand, they'll probably declare war. And as soon as I think I can take out a station, I'll declare war. Speaking of station, I might want to get a starport here. So let's go ahead and sell a lot of my minerals and buy some alloys in bulk. And put a station or a starport at Garantua, which prevents them from coming into my territory without taking out a starport. And then with the remainder, I can have 7 more Corvettes. I can afford 6 of them already. We'll have a fleet of 20 Corvettes, as that is our current fleet size limit.
Construction is complete.
Okay, we found
Situation log is updated.
a gigantic skeleton on... what would this be? This would be Callisto, I think.
Our situation
One of the Galilean moons. There's Callisto, Ganymede, Io, and Europa. It's one of those. So the next one I'm going to get is Synchronicity. Not Supremacy like you'd think I would get. And that's to prevent the leader lifespan killing me off early. Oh, I've been declared rival. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode. I hope you enjoy this Swarm series. I know that Stellaris might not necessarily be the most popular series, but it's pretty easy for me to make because I'm intimately familiar with Stellaris, having put an embarrassing amount of hours into this game. If you have any feedback for me or questions of any type, drop me a line, and I do hope that you tune in next time. It will likely be gearing up for war with my neighbors and maybe messing with a pre-FTL human early space age. I don't know. We'll have to decide what to do with them. Adios, everybody.